Hi guys, good morning. This is Diary of a Coach, and today's episode is 347. 347. How are you doing? How are you coping with the social distancing, coping with the hand sanitizing, coping with hand washing, coping. How are you faring? It's a beautiful period in our lives. It's a time to take advantage of opportunities. It's a time to understand that everything is a phase. It's a time to know that everything is working together for our good, for our innovations, for our disruptions, for our planning and our development. We at SUBCA are here to provide you the mental fortitude as we go through this period. We are here to provide you the mental strength, the mental, capacity, the mental support. If you need any psychological, emotional, or mental support, don't forget to reach us via WhatsApp, SMS, or place a call to 0807 361 0884. And for business owners, hey, we're very concerned about the impact of the COVID-19 on your business. We're concerned about the possibilities of recession, the possibilities of lack of monies flowing as it used to be, and different difficulties with service provision and service delivery, especially if your business is physical, where you need to keep, you need to exchange service physically. It's very, very important for you to consider that. So we're here at BSG to provide you advice and brainstorming and re-strategizing with respect to your business. Fantastic. So here is Diary of a Coach. This is our week of prayer. It's been our week of prayer since Saturday, since Sunday, I beg your pardon, and it ends tomorrow. We have prayed over several focus. Today our focus is, you got it right, the children. Ha 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 ha. Today's topic is the future is here, and our prayer focus today is our children. Yesterday I had the privilege of being a guest panelist at the Waldorf Noor Academy in Jabi. Jabi is in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja in West Africa, Nigeria. So I was one of the panelists. We were talking about Each for Equal. And on the panel, it was a very robust conversation full of humor. It was a Toastmasters meeting. Now, before the panel came up, there was a girl. We called her the provocateur. She's 9 years old. Her name is Anissa. She was the one who gave a speech before the panel. And the girl gave a provocative talk. She gave a rousing speech, eulogizing her mom and how her mom has been used and battered and abused, and how her mom has chosen her family again and again and again, irrespective of what has happened in the workplace, and how the mom is her first role model, her first cook, her first mentor, and all that. The speech was really rousing, you get. And when I came up to speak, I gave her a very good kudos. And I told her, for me, it was a full circle, because when I was in primary 5, I had the rare privilege of giving a speech, and to the then wife of President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. So I gave a speech to Mariam Babangida. And the topic of the speech, I've said this many times, the topic of my speech was oral rehydration therapy, ORT. So yesterday, seeing this girl speak confidently, boldly, and fluidly, I guess I hope that's correct, just reminded me of my growing up. And I said in the audience yesterday, I still believe that the head start I got in public speaking still comes from that place. Because for the first time I spoke in public in a mass, place with blinding light and so much razzmatazz, it sowed a seed of some confidence in me that has taken me so far with public speaking. So That is the basis of today's prayer. When you look at it, our children are evolving, and our children are our pride. They are our future. They are our confidence. They are our solace. They are our comfort. They are our motivation. They are our inspiration. Many times, where we would have thrown in the towel, we don't, because we remember that we have children we need to mentor, we need to be role models to, we need to be inspired for, we need to be motivated for, we need to keep grinding for. So today's focus is, Lord, keep our children, let them emerge into themselves, let them emerge into the authorities that they are created to be, let them find their footing on time. And that is the direction today. So if you think about it, you realize that a lot of things that you do and you wish you could do has a lot of influence around the children, because you want to set an example, you want to set a pace. You find that you're thinking a lot around your children. I think I've shared this before. One time, some time ago, my second daughter walked up to me and she said, can a 9-year-old be an inventor? And I said, I wasn't sure where she was going to with that question. That girl can be very tricky. So I said, yes, it's possible. And she said, okay, so why do tailors have to collect clothes and take measurement and cut it and sew it? That's wasting a lot of time. Why can't they just fold it, put it in a machine, and then the machine would design what they want? I was like, what are you saying? This girl went into her room, brought out a sheet of paper, already sketched a machine. She has sketched a prototype with keypad, with a place where you put the fabric. And she just told me, you see, if you go to a tailor and the tailor has this machine, tell him what you want. The tailor will program it into this machine, put your fabric into this cavity, shut the door, key in the figures, and the machine will produce what you want. And you collect it almost immediately. I was like, wow. So she said, so Daddy, how can we do it? I said, I'm going to look for inventors and ask them questions. I'm going to look for a community where you can learn these things. And I talked about this with a friend of mine abroad, and she said, yeah, it's actually, some of those things have been implemented in some areas, and we need to do a little bit more of searching. So I thought, okay, this girl needs to start attending coding classes. Maybe it's going to open her mind to the possibilities around programming this idea. Now, why I'm sharing this is because if we recognize the power these kids have, we realize that they are smarter, they are sharper, they are more ingenious, they are more creative, and they seem to take more risks. Our parents say we took more risks. We were like that when we were growing up. So it is possible. I like that. Othman says 3D printing makes it possible. You see? So the thing is, today, let's focus on praying for the kids. Let's say, Lord, I pray for my child. I pray for his friends. I pray for his associates. I pray for the children of my friends. I pray for the children of my employees. I pray for the children of my colleagues. I pray for the children of my employer. I pray for the children of my landlord. I pray for the children of everyone. So as you're praying for these children, because they own the next life, they own the next possible threshold that we want to go into, and this is very important for us to take note of. So today's focus are the children, and let us remember them in prayer. In this season of virus, let us also remember to teach them to take precautionary measures, teach them to wash their hands, teach them to embrace hygiene, personal hygiene, teach them to keep places clean, teach them to stay away from physical contact with as many people as possible. In fact, gratefully enough, schools have been closed until further notice. So let them stay at home. Let them stay in the confines that they can control. Let us control access so that we can regulate and stop the spread of the coronavirus. This is a very important step to remember. Please let us not forget. Lastly, this is my challenge and call to all of us and to the powers that be. There's been speculations that people who are returning, Nigerians who are returning from abroad, are refusing to self-isolate. Please, if you know anyone that has returned from abroad, please pressurize them to self-isolate. The spread of the coronavirus is largely attributed to the fact that those returning from abroad are insisting not to self-isolate, and that is unfair, that is not right, that is unreasonable. So let us encourage and, if possible, pressurize those returning from abroad. Please self-isolate so you don't expose too many people to this virus. I pray that overall we'll be delivered from this experience. And as we take our time to pray, we must take our time to be responsible for the outcomes that we're having. Thank you so much for being on Diary of a Coach today. In a few minutes, level 2 of mental health first aid class resumes. Woo! So looking forward to the moment, because we're going to be sharing some deep stuff of content and information about mental health first aid. We're hosting Hawa Montaz this morning, and then from after lunch we're having Dr. Kingsley Okonoda. I'm looking forward to a very brilliant conversation today and a very brilliant experience throughout the weekend before we also shut down operations to isolate from the COVID virus. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful Friday. Today is TGIF Friday, but please don't gyrate anywhere. Gyrate in your house. TGIF in your house. Please don't go where you don't need to go. Unless you have to go out, try to stay at home so you don't go getting the virus. Please stay in your house if you don't have to leave your house. Very important, I beg of you. Thank you so much. So enjoy an isolated weekend, enjoy a social distancing weekend, enjoy a protective weekend, and be the best you can be. Fantastic. Unitario says we should expose our children to any relevant knowledge that will bring out the inventor in them. They are indeed the future. Thank you so much for that comment. Very true. He then says, all the children connected, related, and associated with me, I commit them all in the hands of the Almighty. Amen. Otobong Peter says, something that made me start teaching myself coding. I'm 20 though. Yeah, we all are children. Well done, Otobong. Very, very good. Thank you so much for the comment. Thank you for the following. Don't forget, by the time we hit 365, which is about 18 episodes from now, if I'm not mistaken, I guess so, episodes from now, we would stop airing Diary of a Coach live on Facebook. It's going to be within the Diary of a Coach app. The app is ready. We're testing, we're working seriously to be sure it meets my expectations. So we're stopping Diary of a Coach live sessions from 7th of April, and then we take a 10 days break, and on the 18th of April we resume from 366 via the mobile app. The mobile app also affords you the opportunity to have all my books in e-copy. Many of you have. So many people said yesterday we had 151 pre-orders for Based on Logistics. If you haven't bought your copy, you are on a long theme. So get your copy right away. But hey, you can have all the e-copies in the app for annual subscribers only. And a lot more beautiful stuff coming up via the app. So thank you for being with me today. Have a beautiful day. Have a day resting and building and just being the best that you can be. Let's not forget, today we pray for our children all over the world. Biological, adopted, surrogate, any way. Anyone that is a child, that represents a child to you, pray for them. God bless you.